Hello. Welcome back to Travel Right. If today is your first time here, my name is Esther, Star for short. I'm a first generation Ghanaian Canadian resident in Canada, and I'm passionate about youth mentorship, higher education, and legal migration. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some tips about some of the things I wish someone had told me about before I moved to Canada 12 years ago. If you plan on living abroad temporarily or permanently someday, you need to prepare. And one of the things you need to do in terms of skills is to learn a trade. Trades like hairdressing, carpentry, electrician, plumbing, beautician, event planning, these things, the things that people do with their hands, learn them. They will serve you well when you move to a foreign country. There are many people from Africa, there are many people from other places looking for these services. And these services are very expensive. If you know how to do some of these things, you can easily convert it into a part-time job. In some instances, it could even become a full-time job if you build your clientele and do it well. I know many people who are cashing in some of these trades. The second survival skill: learn how to cook. We all need to eat to live. When you move to a foreign land, one of the things that will shock you will be food. The food is different. I had my own shocks when I first moved to Canada back in 2011. I learned the hard way, moving from swallowing my food to chewing most of the time. And after the first few weeks, I had to cook to be able to enjoy my meals and also eat healthy and move away from eating junk food. Luckily for you, these days, there are several resources online to help you cook some of your favorite meals. YouTube, use your internet, learn how to cook, especially the guys. And I hope I don't sound sexist here, but I know that back at home, there are many men who do not know how to cook. Cooking has become a basic survival mechanism. If you know how to cook, it's going to save you a lot of money. And plus, you may be eating healthier meals. So learn how to cook before you jump onto your flight. The third skill to have: you have to up your game in the technology area. Your technology skills need to be very sharp. You need to stay abreast with what is happening around you. Do not be an observer. Be an active participant. Luckily these days, almost everybody who can read and write has a smartphone. That smartphone in your hand is a powerful tool you can leverage to learn a lot of things in your free time. And there's internet connectivity. So in your free time, use your smartphone or your laptop, your desktop, whatever device you have, to learn some new skills like coding, programming, data analytics. These skills are transferable in many different industries, and you can learn them at your fingertips. And these days also, there are several free courses you can take online. There's Coursera and the like. Up your technology game. In Ghana and many other parts of Africa, we have this do-it-for-me attitude. And yes, when I was in Ghana, I had a house help who would help me do certain things around the house. When I moved to this part of the world, I quickly realized that over here, you have to do things yourself. Do it yourself mentality. DIY for short. You can do it yourself. We do our own hair here. We cook ourselves here. We do our own cleaning. It's not that you cannot get people to do these things for you. You may not be able to afford it. Okay? So doing things yourself will save you a lot of money. You are your own plumber. You are your own cook. You are your own maid. You are your own everything. So if you intend living abroad someday, start doing things for yourself right where you are. Do you already drive where you are? Driving is a skill that you may need to have depending on where you live. I live in a rural part of Canada where the transportation system is not that great. In fact, there's no public transit where I live. So it means that if I don't drive, I will not be able to do certain basic things, or I have to walk or bike to places. Even if you live in a big city like Toronto or Edmonton or Calgary, driving or learning how to drive before you come here will serve you well. And this is because even in places like Edmonton, where I've lived before, their transit system does not operate for 24 hours. If you don't know how to drive, that may exclude you from certain jobs. And these days, many people, including students, recent immigrants, and newcomers, find themselves doing jobs in the courier industry. If you know how to drive and you're able to get some cheap car to buy, you can do skip the dishes, Uber Eats, DoorDash, and the like to make some side income. If you don't know how to drive, you're out. Build your networking skills, your volunteering skills, your social capital. It will come in handy. Over here, when you apply for a job, they're always looking at things like what you do in your community. What do you do in the community in which you live? So if you live in Accra, what do you do? What do you do in Teshi? You are living in Teshi Mami. What are you doing there? How are you helping people in society? What are you contributing in the society in which you live? Do you participate in events? Do you volunteer your time and talent? As you volunteer to do things, you build on your network, you build on your social capital. That is a transferable skill that will serve you very well in a foreign country. When you move to a foreign country, most likely, you may not know many people. In some cases, you won't know anybody. And so if you're the type of person who does not like to mingle, then it will be difficult integrating into the new environment. So learn how to mingle with people, learn how to volunteer, learn how to give up your time and talent to service humanity. Finally, if you want to be successful at living abroad, drop the African time mentality. Drop it. Drop that yam. There is no, we want to meet between 9:30, 10. No. If a meeting is at 10, it's at 10. If it's at 11, it's at 11. So please, there is no African time. I know that in the African communities here, people still show up late for functions. That is a very bad habit to have. And so start from home. They say that charity begins at home. Start building on your time management and showing up early for programs. So So if you have a program to attend in Ghana and they say that it starts at 10, don't show up at 11. Don't show up at 10:30. Show up at 10, even if you're the only one there. It's habit formation. You know where you're going, or you know where you want to go, you know where you want to be. Start behaving and living it. That's one of the ways of integrating seamlessly into the new society when you finally move. Thank you for watching this video today. Subscribe, like, and share, and follow us for more. If you must travel, travel right. Bye.